Is it voice okay, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes. Okay. Now I'll continue our session. So previous session we discussed about the looping concept. Okay. Python controlling statements, three types there. One is a conditional concept. Second one is a looping concept. Third one is a transfer statements or jumping statements. So looping related, we have a for loop, while loop concept. Transfer statements related, we have a three transfer statements. Break, continue, pass keyword related. Okay. So all the syntax is very, very important, guys. So for loop syntax is this one. For keyword, we are using for keyword we are using followed by the variable name. This is a range of values. Simply group of values are called as a sequence object. So from this sequence, each value is getting into this I variable, and later for loop related block of statements we can execute. How much time, how many times this for loop is executing means until completing this sequence of elements. In this sequence, what are the elements there? Every elements until accessing these for loop related statements are repeatedly going to executing. Understanding that one? Okay. So this is a for else combination, guys. For followed by else. So for loop sequence, this for loop sequence elements if completely successfully all elements if accessing successfully, then only else block statements executing. Okay, using break keyword or any other region. If for loop iterations not completed successfully, then else block statements are not going to executing. Else block statements are not going to executing. Understanding? This is the for else combination. If we want to execute some statements, if for loop all iterations completely executing, then only we can write those statements inside the else block. Same like while else also. While else also. Okay. So for loop related syntax, for else related, while loop, while else related. I explained, guys. Okay, no? So this is a while loop related syntax. While condition, if this condition returns false, then directly outside the while loop coming. Outside the while loop. These all statements are belongs to while. So outside the while, normal statement they're executing. If while loop returns this while loop condition, if returns a true value, then going inside and executing this while loop related statements. How many times executing means until this condition value becoming like a false. Infinity number of times repeatedly executing until this condition becoming like a false. How this condition is becoming like a false means by using either increment or decrement statement. Either increase inside somewhere the break keyword if we are using wherever break keyword while. Okay, so these all normal syntaxes, guys. For loop related syntax, while loop related syntax, and what are these transfer statements there? Pass, break, continue. So where we are using pass, where we are using break, where we are using continue. Difference between the break and continue question is very, very important. So carefully identify the answers, guys. Okay. So for example, this for loop. Okay, here for loop there, guys. So inside this for loop, if break keyword statement executing, then remaining iterations stopping and directly coming outside the for loop. Simply break keyword statement if executing inside the for loop, then remaining iterations stopping and coming outside the for loop. Simply for loop iterations stopping or terminating, for loop execution terminating, jumping outside the for loop. If we are using continue keyword, so whenever continue keyword statement executing, then only that current loop related remaining statements execution stopping, and next sequence onwards again this loop repeatedly executing until the sequence of elements completing. Okay, that is the difference between the break and continue. Both are the keywords. used inside the looping statements, either for loop or while loop. Pass keyword behavior is, what is this pass keyword behavior? So pass keyword related, already we discussed, guys. So block of statements wherever we want to write, there we can use this pass keyword related. Syntactically, if you don't want to write any lines of code, syntactically syntax error written, guys. So that's why if we are using the pass keyword, syntactically it returns correct, and logically you are not going to get any output. Simply empty block if you want to represent pass keyword we are using. So here the condition I used, column I used. Column means indented lines of statements we require to write at least one statement required. If you don't want to write any statement, then just you can use pass keyword. So pass, else related pass, again for loop. So wherever we are using column symbol, block of statements expecting. So if you don't want to write any statement, then simply pass we can write. So in for loop we can write, in while loop we can write, in function we can write.
Towel
Coming
सुखी
to
जाती
little
वो
bit
टाणी
we will
ओके
understand about this function concept. So if you don't want to write any logic, simply can use pass. Otherwise, syntax error throwing. Understanding? And these all materials I shared with you guys. Else block with for loop, else statement with for loop, else statement with while loop. All these three keywords related programs material, all I said, do practice clearly. Okay? Yes. Now here, yes, so far what we completed. Okay, so far what we completed, just to focus it. So recent concepts, guys, controlling statements. Do the revision. Controlling statements. Simply Python controlling statements. Python controlling statements. So when coming to here, we have three types, guys. One is what? Conditional statements. So conditional statements also called as what? Decision making statements. Okay, are also called as selection making statement. Second one is looping statements, also called as iterative statement. Iterative statement. Okay, repeatedly iterating. And third one is transfer statement, guys, or jump statements. Okay, so about these all things we completed. So before, I mean, along with this looping concepts, so we also discussed about the range function. Simply, this is also separately quite to know it. So working about working with simply working with the range function, guys. Working with the range function related also we discussed. Okay, so check it, guys. These topics, do you have knowledge or any confusions there? Check it. Okay, before the controlling statements, what we discussed, guys. So many concepts like a Python tokens, guys. Python tokens related. So when coming to this Python tokens, it's like one chapter. So here lot of normal concepts we discussed. So for example, quotations related, we discussed, guys, how many types of quotations supporting by Python? Three types: single quotation, double quotation, triple quotation. Okay, using single or double quotation, what can do? Using triple quotation, what can do? This all information you have to get it. Okay, so inside the single quotation, again, can we write single quotation or not? What is escaping sequence character? These all knowledge important, guys. So next, comments, guys. Python comments related, Python quotations, Python comments related. How many types of comments there here? Two types of comments there: single line comments, multi-line comments. Single line comments how to creating, multi-line comments how to creating, you have to get understanding. Okay, so next, guys, quotations, comments, keyword.